Collins versus Public Utilities Commission of Colorado, 1921 case, Supreme Court case for the state of Colorado. It has two sentences that are awesome, very quotable lines, and they're very important too. So I'm going to read them and then explain. The first sentence is, neither an act of the legislature, referred or unreferred, nor an initiated law can recall any power or privilege granted by the Constitution. So that means constitutional law prevails over any initiated or referred, any referendum or any initiative or any act of the legislature. Constitutional law is supreme. So that's fantastic for home rule. The Home Rule Amendment was intended to reiterate unmistakably the will of the people, that the power of a municipal court.
Hello, I'm Donald Valdez. I'm a fifth-generation native of the San Luis Valley. San Luis, which is the oldest town in Colorado.
Fort Collins versus the Public Utilities Commission of Colorado, PUC, 1921. It also says, the Home Rule Amendment was intended to reiterate unmistakably the will of the people that the power of a municipal corporation should be as broad as possible within the scope of a Republican form of government of the state, and viewed in that light, it is a valuable guide in interpreting the 20th Amendment. So, 1912, there was an initiated constitutional amendment that said that cities and towns can now declare home rule. If you have over 2,000 inhabitants, you can declare your own independence and get your own charter, and that happened in 1912. It barely passed, 52% to 47%, 53, something like that. So, but this is 1912, and then this is a 1921 case, so it ruled on that.
I'm Donald Valdez. I graduated from Centauri High School. I earned my Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration with an emphasis in management, as well as a second bachelor's degree in sports and exercise management. So I know business, I know sports and exercise, and I know ranching in the San Luis Valley, and families, and farmers, and working class peoples, and whatever identity it'll take for me to relate to you. That's who I care about. Who do you identify with? That's who I care about.
Justice Dennison, who's the majority author of this opinion, but per Justice Dennison in 1921, which would have been 9 years after that Home Rule Amendment of 1912 was passed, so 1921, right? So 9 years later, Justice Dennison says, well, you know, it's in the Constitution. The Home Rule Amendment is in the Constitution now, so that means when it comes to all the utilities in a city, sewage, trash, internet, electric, water, phone, all the utilities, sewage, trash, internet, electric, water, phone, inside a chartered home rule city or town in Colorado, that city or town can regulate those utilities. And the state commission, the Public Utilities Commission of Colorado, has no say-so. So this case is so clear, cut, and dry. All the power goes to the people with Fort Collins v. PUC.
My name is Donald Valdez. I'm a fifth-generation San Luis Valley native. We've been here forever. We got deep roots. Our roots go deep. I'm in Lejar right now. San Luis is the oldest town in Colorado. We're here first. And hell, if you actually look back, we've been here 14,000 years. So, family's important to me. Southern Colorado is important to me. Basically, just a dozen counties in House District 62, the only counties I give a fuck about. I don't give a shit if you're from Oklahoma. I don't give a damn if you're from Missouri.
They essentially, when it comes to Fort Collins versus the PUC, they were saying that Fort Collins has their own charter. They've said that they can regulate telephone rates. This was about the telephone company, the Mountain States Telephone and Telegraph Company. So the PUC was on the side of the company, right? Private corporations, Mountain States Telephone and telegraph company, but this Justice Dennison, he says that we have a fundamental right in a home rule city that has chartered ourselves into existence to regulate our own telephone rates, and not just telephone, right? All utilities. So that would be internet, sewage, electricity, water, internet, telephone.
Now, even though I got my Bachelor's of Science degree, I got a Bachelor of Arts. I mean, if I was a Bachelor's of Science, why wouldn't I say that? So I got a BS in Business Administration. I got a Bachelor's degree in Sports and Exercise Management, but it don't make me better than anybody. In fact, I very much resent the snobbery of the upper echelon elite of these so-called...
The legislature can authorize a municipal corporation. So it's interesting because essentially the Home Rule Amendment was just Section 6 of Article 20, and Article 20 they called the 20th Amendment. So the 20th Amendment essentially made it possible to turn into a home rule city, but the Home Rule Amendment just made it that much stronger. So it's sitting there saying that, well, the 20th Amendment, the Home Rule, it basically says with or without the Home Rule Amendment, it gives the power to the people. And then he says, makes it more clear that the Home Rule Amendment was intended to reiterate unmistakably the will of the people that the power of a municipal corporation should be as broad as possible within the scope of a Republican form of government of the state, and viewed in that light as a valuable guide interpreting the 20th Amendment. So how much power does the city of Fort Collins have?
If they're so damn smart, how come they don't make but $20,000 a year? So I went home after I graduated with 2 bachelor's degrees. 2 of them. I had 2 bachelor's degrees, one of science, one of arts, one administration, business administration with an emphasis in management, and the other one in sports and exercise management. I mean, when you get a business degree in a sports and exercise management, it just seems obvious that the next step is running for office, get into politics. I mean, doesn't that totally prepare you? It's almost like being a water board member prepares you to rewrite the entire rules to the government, the entire rules to the game. Well, I've been a water board district member in Pueblo City. You know what I'm talking about. So I don't look down on anybody. I think anybody, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to. You can accomplish great things. After graduating college with my 2 degrees, I came back home and I grew grain, alfalfa, and I got myself a cow-calf operation. I'm going to spend a year in Albuquerque. But you know what? My heart's in the San Luis Valley, and that's where I'm going to stay. It's where I'm always going to be. It's where we've been here the whole time, and we ain't going to leave. When I came back to the San Luis Valley, I'm working with the Conejos County Treasurer's Office as the Deputy Public Trustee. I worked with the County Assessor, the Land Use Office, and the County Clerk. My God, that's kind of learning. Then I also was, at that same time, a Deputy Sheriff. So I'm working with the Treasurer's Office, and I'm a Deputy Sheriff. So I'm a police officer. I used to be a police officer, so I know what it's like. Also me, Donald Valdez. I've been a part of the United States Department of Agriculture, Natural Resources Conservation Service. I've also, I mean, my God, my resume goes on and on, but I also was an assistant district governor for Area 5470 of Rotary International. Also the former president of the Conejos La Jarra Rotary. I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus. The Knights of Columbus, which defends Columbus Day and Christopher Columbus, and is a member of the Sangre de Cristo National Heritage Board. I'm also the vice chair and the Western Slope director of the Soil and Water Conservation Society, USDA's NRCS Hispanic Emphasis Program Manager, NRCS Civil Rights Committee, and the NRCS Green Team. So I'm highly credentialed. I've had lots of experience. I know what I'm doing. And I'd like your vote for House District number 62. If you want some good governance, if you want good, honest, down-home country charm, give Donald Valdez a vote. House District number 62. There's some people in Pueblo. And then there's Mineral County, and Alamosa County, and Sewage County. And I know how to pronounce Sewage County, so that should be enough right there. Vote for Donald Valdez. I know how to pronounce Sewage. First you're like, what the hell is this G doing here? I don't understand why this G is here. That don't make no damn sense. Looks like Sagouch. If you just change the G to a W, people might say, Sawachi. But instead, everybody's going to say Sagouchi when it's Sawatch. So just take the G, make it a W, Sewage County. So if you're living in Sewage County, vote for me, Donald Valdez. I want quality education. I want to protect our water, our land, our way of life. Our way of life. We've maintained a lot of poverty here. I don't want to maintain that. And I don't want to maintain the lack of health care and the police brutality and the war. I do support veterans. They're just doing their duty. I want so many things. I want affordable health care. I want economic development with industry and small business growth. I will fight to protect our water, land. I'll implement conservation practices for generations to come. I'm going to make sure our agricultural livelihood thrives. I'm a man with values. I'm passionate about Southern Colorado and our joint success. And if you vote for Donald Valdez for Southern Colorado, I'll continue to serve you as your voice in the House of Representatives, District 62.